Hey everyone! Okay, so I have a very exciting video for today because I'm starting a new series. As you can tell, I've never done one of these videos before. I'm going to be starting a kind of true crime slash paranormal kind of series. I'm not sure how often I'll do these. Whenever I sort of find a story or something I want to tell, then I'll make one of these videos. Obviously the two are very different. True crime and paranormal are two very different things. Today's video is going to be a true crime video. I've been doing a lot of research on a lot of different stories that I want to tell, and this was one of them that popped up that I've done quite a lot of research on and that I kind of wanted to share with you, like the kind of main basis of this story. Now I have to say, two people who completely inspired me to this video. Number one is Lois Lane and number two is Hayley Reese. Now I actually found Hayley Reese through searching through some storytime videos, and I found one of her videos and then I became obsessed. I then found Lois through Hayley. I don't know how I haven't watched either of them before. They are amazing. If you absolutely love paranormal, crime videos, anything scary, then you will absolutely love their videos. Honestly though, some of the things they've gone through are like terrifying, but I definitely believe in the unbelievable. So if you're like me, I think you'll definitely like their videos. They do other kind of videos as well, but they're the sort of the main things they're known for, and I have to say they are incredible. I'd 100% recommend you to go over to their channels. I'll leave them both linked in the description box below, but I'm pretty sure you all know them already. They are quite well-known YouTubers, so yes, big shout out to those two for kind of inspiring me, because I tell you what, if I hadn't found their videos, I don't think I'd be making this series. And they completely inspired me to do like so much research. I've kind of like wanted to cover some stories that like I haven't personally seen online. I don't think any of the YouTubers covered this particular story, so that's kind of what I want to do. I want to really do my research and find out about these stories, because to me they're really fascinating. You know, I know this isn't for everyone. This is obviously not I can't speak today. This is obviously not my kind of normal content, but this is something that I'm personally interested in, so you might be too. If you're not, you know, I do make a lot of different videos, so there's a lot on my channel. If you are new, hi, I'm Bethan, by the way. As I said, I make a variety of different videos, from beauty to lifestyle to baking to vlogs, actually everything. So if you are new, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below, and also don't forget to click the little bell next to it so you are notified every time I upload. And also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying so far and are excited for this series. So without further ado, let's get into the granny killer. So this is actually a really disturbing case. Now when I was doing my research on this case, I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally terrifying and disgusting. So yes, I hope you are going to enjoy it. I do have some notes here. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't remember this all off by heart. I have tried to, but I'll probably refer to my notes a little bit throughout this video, so I hope you don't mind that. Okay, so let's get into it. So the granny killer is the name that was given to this case from the media perspective, and it's basically based on this guy called John Wayne Clover. Now he was an English-Australian serial killer basically, and he actually murdered 6 elderly women, hence why he has the name of the granny killer. He killed these elderly women over a span of 14 months, from the year 1989 to the year 1990, which is crazy. Like, how can you kill 6 elderly women within the space of basically a year and get away with it? I don't know. But that is what happened. He murdered these elderly women by brutally attacking them. Like, I mean brutally, like they were awful, and he actually mainly used his fists to attack them. Like, a few of them he did use a weapon on, which was mainly a hammer. However, most of them, I only have 2 names of 2 of the elderly women that were killed. I don't know why he wanted elderly women to kill. All of his victims are actually people who would literally just walk in down the street. Now, with a lot of murderers, it's kind of the thing where they like they may be stalking someone, they might want to find out something about them and then go and find them and kill them. However, most of his victims he actually just killed while they were walking down the street. One of the elderly women who he killed was called Lady Ashton, and she was the widow of Will Ashton, I think his name is, I've got it down here, yes, and he was an artist. Now, she was killed, now I do have like the whole story of how she was killed, but it's quite graphic and I don't really want to kind of share that kind of content on my channel, so I'm basically going to give you the very brief version of that. Yes, he used a hammer and she was basically thrown in a bin, brutally attacked, and then was strangled by her knickers, which is like, that makes me feel a bit sick thinking about that. Like, oh, really does give me chills. Like, that's so disturbing. So she was kind of like the most famous out of the elderly women who he killed. Now, I do have another one that I found. Her name was, if I can pronounce this right, Gwendoline Mitchell, I think, and she was killed on March the 1st, 1989, and she was 82 years old. I mean, what? Basically, just briefing over this, John had seen her walking down the street and pulled a hammer and put it into his belt, and followed her into an apartment building. As she went to open the front door, he hit her with the hammer, and I think just continued to hit her, and he actually stole $100 from her as well, which is actually something I noticed. I think also it happened with Lady Ashton. He stole money from her. I mean, yeah, why not steal money from them when she killed them? Yeah, completely normal. So yes, I wrote all this down on my phone, and like there's just so much more I could tell you about her, but like I don't really want to go into detail because it is quite graphic and I don't really want to share that one. So yes, they're the two that I could kind of find who are known like research wise. However, obviously there were still 4 other elderly women. I think they were all over the ages of 70, which is just horrible. Like, I don't understand why you would actively look out for elderly women to kill. Like, obviously, you know, it's not normal to kill anyone, but like, to think you want to kill elderly women is just bizarre. I really would love to get into a mind of a serial killer, like how they think and how they think that's okay is just, anyway. So yes, at his trial, he was actually proven sane, which is a little bit odd because clearly you're not sane if you were killing elderly women. However, he did seem to have a severe personality disorder. Clearly there is something going on, do you know what I mean? So he was found guilty and obviously sentenced to prison. He was sentenced for life imprisonment. I mean, obviously you are going to be. And actually in the year 2005, whilst in prison, he actually committed suicide. I think it was just everything to do with the prison. That's why he committed suicide. Obviously we don't know exactly why, but it seemed that he committed suicide because he just couldn't stand the prison anymore. I'm not actually sure what prison he was in, but that's all I could find on that. Something very interesting though was that there was actually no proof of him murdering or doing anything since 1989. So he basically could have had previous like convictions or killed previous people. He was actually found guilty also of sexual harassment and assault and molesting of elderly women. Absolutely disgusting. And again, I'm not sure, I don't know whether the elderly women who he killed, you know, I don't know whether he'd either previously done anything to them like that or did it before he killed them. I don't exactly know, I can't find anything on that, but who knows, he might have done, which would have been even more horrendous. But yes, from what I can find, he hasn't, but for the fact he had previously done that, kind of like does make you think. So yes, kind of leading on from that, so obviously he had, like, there's been nothing previous from 1989. He'd actually been married for 20 years with children as well, which I think kind of makes it worse, like the fact he was married and had children and then did this is just horrendous. I don't know whether his children, I mean his children must obviously still be here, I'm guessing. Whether they would comment on this, I don't really know, but yeah, imagine finding out your father had done that. Like, that is pretty bad. I mean, obviously more than pretty bad, but just, I can't even like describe like how awful that is. And actually, before he killed himself, he almost kind of, I suppose, wrote a note and gave it to the last visitor. I don't know who that last visitor was who visited him in prison, but on this piece of paper he drew 2 trees. I don't know what resembles the 2 trees, but he also wrote the number 9, and this is kind of perceived that he actually killed 9 people instead of the alleged 6. There has been no other kind of investigation, I don't think, into this, because obviously it's not a definite thing that he said he's killed 9 people, but that means that there could be 3 other people who we don't know that they have been killed by this John Wayne Clover. Like, he may have killed, I don't know whether it was elderly women. By going from the kind of theme of the people he was killing, then it kind of seems like there might be 3 other elderly women who he had killed, but we didn't know. I'm not entirely sure. But yes, very, very interesting how he did that. Yeah, so that is kind of like the main gist of that story. I would love to know like what your thoughts are about this. Like, to me it seems bizarre, like why he obviously had to have some sort of mental illness to be able to even think of doing this. I don't know, you know, he might, like, it's something to do, like he must have had something that's happened maybe in his life previous to, like, it's just the elderly women part. Like, I don't know, like maybe there is something in his past that happened that could have, maybe he didn't have like a good relationship with his grandparents or something. Like, I'm not entirely sure, but do you know what I mean? Like, there must be something, like there's obviously a pattern there. So yeah, I mean, there's those poor women, like they were brutally attacked when they got murdered as well, which just honestly, it just makes it so much worse. Like, oh, horrible. So yeah, that was that story. I hope you found that interesting. There is actually a documentary. I haven't watched the documentary, but I think I may do, because I kind of like, I'm quite intrigued in this story now. Feel free to do any more research and let me know if you find anything else out. I would like to kind of know about that last letter a bit more. Like, I just find that really intriguing how he left that with his last video. I would like to know who the last visitor was as well. So yes, just a little brief overview of this story. I'm really excited to do more of these soon, especially stories that like aren't really that well known. Like, I had no idea of this story before I started researching it. So yes, let me know what you think. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up if you did enjoy. Leave me a comment below. Also let me know if there are any sort of certain videos you'd like to do. As I said, I would love to do some paranormal videos as well. I absolutely love them. I mean, I've actually never experienced anything paranormal, which I'm really kind of gutted about, because I kind of really want to. Like, I would absolutely love to go ghost hunting, but I would have to do that with with a professional, because like, as I said, I do believe in that kind of stuff. I'd obviously want to be safe and do it the right way. So yes, let me know if you would like me to do that. I'd love to go like ghost hunting in like a castle or something like that. I know there are some around that do like ghost tours and stuff, so I may try and get that. So yes, as I said, I hope you are going to enjoy these new videos. Yeah, obviously something a bit different for me, but also don't forget to go and subscribe to Loie and Hayley. I love you all lots, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!